If you ever want to know if a pizza place will be successful or not, try the pizza. If it sucks, they're going to fail. What's up, guys? It's Dustin back with another video, and this is another work-related video talking about the history of my jobs and the stories that come with it. So in today's episode, we're talking about a place that, oh my god, I don't even know how long this place was open for. I started a couple weeks after they opened. From what I remember, maybe like a month after they opened, and not long after I left, they were no longer open. So let's get into this masterpiece of a business called pizza. All right, so the chef that hired me, he called me up one day. I was how old was I at this time? I was like 20. It's only 2 years ago. Wow. Holy shit. I just realized it was only 2 years ago this happened. Around this time, actually. Wow, this is 2 years ago. Holy shit. I thought it was like 4 years ago. Oh my god, this was only 2 years ago. I can't get over that. That's funny. Okay, so 2 years ago, guys, I got a call from a chef. I applied a couple places to be a dishwasher or whatever. And the chef called me, and I was hanging out with my buddy at the time, and we were doing some stuff. And got a call, and the guy wanted to hire me, and he asked if I wanted to come in. I came in, got the job, talked to him, whatever, you know. He actually he told me to walk in the back to see the kitchen, and I walked to see the dishwasher, and I'm like, oh, cool, everything looks cool, man. I'm looking forward to starting. I think I started like the next day or something. And it's funny because like the second or third day that I worked there, the chef was in there. He was prepping, getting ready for the night, and he had to like go pick something up personal. Like he had a personal matter come up. He said he had to like pick someone up or pick something up for somebody, drop it off. He said he'll be right back, maybe like an hour or two. He had to run some quick errands because he was at the restaurant all week. He had to like do some stuff. So the pizza guy was like, okay, no problem. I don't know what their level of friendship was at that time. They didn't really seem to like each other, and apparently enough to where the point where the chef never came back that night. He never came back after that. So very quickly, second or third day in or whatever, like the first week, the chef quit, stopped showing up. And that should have been a sign right there that, hey, a couple days into this thing, the main cook, quit. Maybe another thing that should have gave it away was that the pizza was not good. Now, this pizza guy basically took over the whole place now. And there is owners involved. There are owners involved. We'll get into that. We will get into that, don't worry. Now, this pizza guy thought his pizza was the best. His sauce was just canned tomato sauce and a couple herbs here and there. Plain. Very plain, no taste to him, really. Nothing really great. His pizza, not good. It's good drunk food. I know that from experience, but I would eat it all the time because we would have so much food left over to where I would just have pies on pies on pies, and I'd take them home. So basically, when this pizza guy took over, I became his cleaning bitch. And I'm going to say it right there. I became his cleaning bitch. And he had me scrub up the whole kitchen all the time and had me do the floors and whatever. Like, I wasn't doing much. We weren't that busy. They weren't successful. We weren't that busy. So he had me clean all the time. We had other cooks come in. One cook was cool, but then he got drunk one day. He had like vodka or something with him on him. He got really drunk to the point where I was helping them prep because I was a dishwasher, like I said, and we were dead all the time. Like, we would barely be busy. And my job was super easy, super cush. Like, I had my phone on me. I listened to wrestling podcasts. I would watch wrestling matches, YouTube, whatever. There was so much downtime. So I would help out cleaning. It wasn't a big deal or anything. And I do prep, learn a little bit here and there. But one day I'm helping them prep. And they had this is actually a really messed up day. My name was on the schedule. And they thought I quit or something weird where like they had another kid come in to cover my shift for me. And I didn't understand why. I think it was actually the cook's son. And I didn't get what happened. And they thought I quit or something. Like, I don't remember if I actually told them I was leaving or something. I don't even recall this, but I came in just now remembering that like the guy's kid was like doing dishes instead of like when I came in for my shift. I actually completely forgot about that. I don't even know what happened, but so I'm just doing prep work. They're just like, oh, we'll just hang out for a couple hours. We'll pay you for whatever. And I'm like, okay. The cook completely shit faced, whatever. He was drunk, and he's getting kind of like verbal with me, and I wasn't taking his crap, and I just like walked out. I left, but that wasn't me quitting. I actually contacted. So let's get into this. So that was an interesting story right there, because the cook was normal every day, and all of a sudden he's really drunk. He brought his son in for whatever reason. I think he was just so drunk he didn't know what was going on. It started with me. I left. I told the pizza guy, or I just dipped, and I texted him, texted the lady who was also working in the front, because the way they had it was the owner of this it's fine establishment was a real estate guy, and his assistant who would work in the real estate company, he had her also work in the pizza place, and she would work the front counter, help with phone calls and stuff like that, assist the pizza guy as much as she could. She didn't really want to do it. None of us really wanted to be there. But I texted all of them saying, hey, listen, this guy's really drunk. I left because he had his son come in to cover my shift. I don't understand what's going on. Am I being fired? Am I quitting? Am I quitting? Like, I was just like venting to them, like, hey, he was really drunk. He started mouthing off to me. I left. And they said, no problem. I got a call immediately after, actually, probably like on my way home, saying they booted him. So he was gone. I came back. And what's interesting with this place is not only is it like it's already a total shit show, right? And the pizza guy also quit a couple times. And every time the pizza guy would quit, they would just shut down. They would just shut everything down. They'd be like, okay, we're not open anymore. And I'm like, what? So I was working one night, and the pizza guy actually walked out. And what's interesting also with this story is that they had a friend who was also opening up a pizza store at the same time this place was just opening up. So he was trying to buy some stuff off of them, because the original chef bought so much product. He bought so much food that they didn't even need. He bought like hundreds of dollars worth of like lamb for a menu that had no lamb on it. He had so much food and so much cost going into it. They had like 30 chef jackets in their closet that they had dropped off every week and picked up the old ones for cleaning. There was like one or two people at a time that worked in the kitchen, and the guy was a big guy, so like no one fit in his clothes. It was just, he spent all their money up front, and I think this is why ultimately it failed so fast. The original chef just, I was told he spent like $30,000 right off the bat, which I guess you have to do as a business running a pizza place, but he overspent a lot of money on stuff they just didn't need. So they were in the red from the get-go on top of this guy's actions. So they had a friend with them who was also opening up a different pizza shop across town. So he came in that night to help out, because the guy literally walked out, the pizza guy. The old guy who maybe he's cleaning bitch, whatever. So then they were like, hey, we may not be open after today. And I'm like, really? And like, yeah, it's just, if he doesn't come back, we might not be open. And I get a text next day, yeah, we're still open because he came back. So as of right now, we're open still. Yay! So literally, this happened a couple times where the guy would quit and they would just shut down. And before I get to the final story, because it'll be the closing of how I actually left, there was a couple of people that worked there I liked. There was a couple of people that worked up front. They were cool, no issues, nothing, no drama or anything. There was one cook that I got along with. We talked about music, and like he used to watch wrestling back in like the 90s. So we talk a little bit about that, talk about whatever's going on in life, just hang out. He'd teach me a couple things or whatever. But like I said, there's a lot of downtime. But they had this other chef come in, or a cook, who thought he was he thought he was the Gordon Ramsay himself or something. But like he refused to clean the floors after the night was over. He refused to do anything. He wanted me to do all the grunt work, which I get. I was a dishwasher, whatever. But like up until that point, and there was another guy who was like that too. They just they were trying to take advantage of me. At that point, I worked at enough jobs to where I knew that like, hey, a lot of restaurants I work for, everyone cleans at the end of the night. We all clean together. So that way we can all leave. Because they would just try to bounce as fast as they could. And I get stuck cleaning everything. And I got tired of it. And the one cook pretty much told me to tell him not to do that anymore. So it got to the point where I told these guys, no, I'm not doing everything for you. You guys can help. I didn't care. I was 22 and I was just fed up with being treated like that. Like, hey, we can all work together. Like all the other restaurants I worked for. Let's just do it so that way we can get everything done. We can all go home at the same time or whatever. Like if I got to stay an extra couple minutes, not a big deal. but don't stick me with like an hour's worth of cleaning or whatever when we can all contribute together and get it all done, and it'd be much cleaner for the next day and everything. But so me and this one guy got into it a little bit with it. So then he finally was like yelling in the kitchen saying, "Oh, I guess I have to clean because you won't want to clean with me," or like, "You don't want to do any of the cleaning," which is not the point at all. I didn't want to do all the cleaning by myself. So, and this was not the pizza guy. This was like a cook that they brought in for a couple days. Good job, guys. He got pissed at me, and I remember vividly. I had to like tie my shoe, so I got down, and my foot was like out of my thing because I was walking and my foot actually like came out of my shoe, so I had to like tie my boots I was wearing at the time. And so I was kneeling down, whatever. So I was tying my shoe, and then all of a sudden the guy comes up and he's like talking shit about me and to my face, and he's doing the whole like, "Oh, he doesn't want to do nothing," and he actually grabs my cheek and pinches it like a baby. And I don't know why, like, I didn't do anything. Like, I didn't do anything, but I think it's smart that I didn't, because I probably could have got a lot of trouble if I retaliated. I didn't retaliate. I didn't really say anything, which I think is probably the smartest thing. So I just messaged the same lady I messaged about the other problems I had, and I said, "Look, this guy put his hands on me. I'm not working with him. So if you guys are going to keep him, I'm done." And shockingly, they actually got rid of him too, because I don't think anyone really liked him anyway, because he literally didn't want to do anything. He didn't want to... He wanted to do things his way, and that was not the place to want to do things your way, because Pizza Guy was very set in his ways, and no one else wanted to work with anybody that wanted to do things their way. But there was really no leadership. The owner would not pay us sometimes. The money did not come in on time. The paychecks did not come in on time. I had actually a couple paycheck issues with the actual checks I did get, but whatever. And one time I was told, "Oh, he'll be here with the checks later tonight. He'll be here tonight. He'll be here tonight." He finally shows up right before I'm leaving. "Oh, sorry, Dustin. I don't have your paycheck with me. Oh, I left that. It's at the office. I don't have it." Cool. I didn't have a lot of bills, but the bills I did have, I needed that money to pay them. So I think I had actually to make a late payment for something because the guy didn't give me the money. And I actually saw different instances where he would talk to like people who were coming in to service, the air conditioning, like people who had to service the building and perform services for the building and maintain it. I would hear in the background them talking. "I don't have my checkbook on me right now, so let me in a couple days I'll be able to write a check for you." Like, that's what I would hear. "Oh, I don't have my checkbook actually on me right now." What business owner, what real estate agent walks around conducting business without a checkbook? Either he really was that dumb and didn't have a checkbook, or he was straight up lying. What smart businessman walks around at his business, knowing people are coming to conduct business, doesn't have his checkbook with him? What is that? What is that? And that really was one of the things that I'm like, this guy, I gotta get out of here. Let's talk about when I actually left. Let's talk about that, because that's. I was telling you guys before how the how the pizza cook, every time the pizza guy quit, they would shut down. So I took the weekend off. Okay, let's put it this way. I took a couple days off on the weekend. I was working 5 to 6, 7 days a week, depending on the week or whatever. But it was summertime. I was taking off a couple days for wrestling shows. I wasn't making a lot of money, but I also wasn't, I didn't have a lot of bills, so I wanted to go to a couple wrestling shows in the summer, and I did. So I took Friday and Saturday off for my friend because he was wrestling at a couple shows locally. Friday, it's my day off, my first day off. And I get a call around 2 o'clock or whatever, or something like that, like in the afternoon. And it's the lady. And she calls me and say, "Hey, the pizza guy quit again, so we're going to be shutting down forever now because we just can't keep someone here to do the pizzas, so we're going to have to close indefinitely. Like, we're going to have to close down the shop for good now." And I was like, "Oh, so I don't have a job?" She's like, "Yeah, but, so remember, guys, I told you about the other guy who opened up another pizza shop. He was still opening his during this time. Yeah, but this guy, his name, he really needs you. I gave him your number. He's going to call you, but you got to go there and help him out. He really needs your help. He really needs you. He really needs you, but you don't have a job with us anymore. I have your money for whatever this week for you to come pick it up." So she called me saying that he really needed me, this other guy. And I was like, I really don't want to do it. Oh, well, he really needs you. He really needs you. So he has your contact information. He'll be contacting you. During that weekend, I did get a call from somebody. Actually, I think right after that conversation, I got a phone call again from someone else saying, yeah, this is so-and-so from this place. We said we were going to be calling you. We really want you here. Can you start tomorrow? No, I can't. Oh, but we really need you. It's like, yeah, but with my job I just had that I now got laid off, I took off for this weekend, so I'm not available to work this weekend. Well, we really need you to come in tomorrow at this time. And I'm like, right, but like, I'm not coming in. Like, my job that I actually had that just basically let me go because they couldn't keep pizza guy happy or bring someone in that can actually make good pizza and that would not walk out every 5 seconds. Like, I just got laid off, but even if I didn't get laid off or whatever, like, I took this weekend off, so I'm not available this weekend. Stop calling me, stop bothering me. And I think I even talked to the other guy. He left a message saying, "Hey, I need you to come in tomorrow, man, around like 12, 2 o'clock, whatever." And I just messaged him saying, "Hey, I'm not available. Like, I took off for this weekend. Like, I have things going on. I can't show up. Not that I don't want to work for you. Like, it's like I never asked to work for you. Like, it's not. I'm not just being traded around to different pizza places because one decides to close down today, and then what are you gonna do the same thing? I wasn't about that." But it doesn't end there. It really doesn't end there, guys. I'm just laughing because it's so funny that, like, this was in a span of like 2 months, by the way, like a month and a half, all this stuff. I think it was just one thing after another, after another, after another. So finally, this guy stops bothering me, or he's still bothering me, whatever. But I'm at the show the Friday night watching my friend, and I get a text saying, "Hey, the pizza guy's back. We're all good. We're open again. You have a job again. You have hours again. You have all your hours, your schedule. It's back on. Like, yeah, you have the weekend off, but just come in next week. We're gonna make hours for you, and you have your job again." And I'm just like sitting there trying to enjoy a wrestling show, and I'm just getting these texts saying, "Hey, come back in. The pizza guy's back again. We got him back." What? Like, I'm sitting there like, you just told me I didn't have a job because the pizza guy walked out again. But then you're telling me at the same time, I don't have a job, but go to this guy because he has a job for you. He really needs you. He really, really, really needs you. But now you're saying you need me back at that place because you guys have hours for me again because the pizza guy's back. So you're saying, fuck that guy. Don't go back to him, or don't go to him. Come back to us. And I simply just texted her saying, it was a lady, and I was just like, I'm not interested. You guys close down every other week. I'm not doing it. And then, yeah, that was it. She's like, okay, I'll have your final money this day. Come pick it up or whatever. Picked up my last check, whatever cash they owed me or something. And that was it. And then I went on Google for reviews like a month later, and I found out they shut down for good once again. Yeah, the cook that I actually liked, he was still there. He literally because someone asked a question about the place, like, "Hey, you guys open? Like, what's your hours?" And he's like, "Sorry, they closed the shop down again, saying that we aren't going to be open. We're closed for good now." And that was about like 2 weeks ago. So like within a couple weeks after I quit, they shut down for good anyway. And since then, another pizza place has come in there, and apparently it's really good. I haven't been there since I worked there. So that was just so interesting. Like, that literally was the span of like 1 to 2 months. Again, not the worst job ever, but like I had fun with the people there. A lot of downtime, like I said. I had fun, talking to people like my age, a little bit older, or whatever. Like, it was cool. Like, it was a good hangout spot, I guess, because I was getting paid to basically just hang out. But like, it's just, yeah, like I was told, "Oh, you don't have a job. Go work for this guy instead. He really, really needs you." Till a couple hours later, "You have your job back. Come back with us." And I was just like, no, I can't. But yeah, guys, that's my crazy working at this pizza place. And that's what happens when you're not a smart business person. You hire the wrong people. I don't know. That is not how you run a pizza place. And did I mention the pizza sucked? The pizza sucked. That's how you know a place isn't going to succeed. If you're a pizza place and your pizza sucks, it's not going to work out. So thank you for watching this video, guys. I'm Dustin Doyle. I'll see you in the next one.